Student, let us take up another method of creating charge on securities, that is lien. Now let us see what is this lien is all about. As I already mentioned, lien, it is a right of the creditor to retain the goods and securities in his possession belonging to a debtor until the debt due is paid. Right? So section 171 of the Indian Contract Act confers upon the banker the right of general lien. According to this right, the banker is allowed to take physical possession of the given security and retain the same until the loan amount is repaid. The banker also enjoys the right to sell off the given security in case the loan is not repaid on maturity. Okay, so that is the simplest meaning of the term lien. It also means the right of the creditor to retain the goods and securities owned by the debtor until the debt due from him is repaid. Right? It confers upon the creditor to the right of retain the security to the debtor and not to right to sell it. Such right can be exercised by the creditor in respect of goods and securities entrusted to him by the debtor with the intention to be retained by him as security for a debt due by him, that is debtor. Now lien may be either two types, that's a general lien or particular lien. Now let us see what is this general lien or a particular lien. When we can say a lien is a general lien or a particular lien. Lien may be either a general or particular lien. Now a particular lien can be exercised by a craftsman or a person who has spent his time, labor and money on the goods retained. In such cases, goods are retained for a particular debt only. Now, let us take one example to understand it better. A tailor has the right to retain the clothes made by him for his customer until his tailoring charges are paid by the customer. Right? So, is the case with public carriers and the repair shops. Now, what is this general lien is all about? A general lien is applicable in respect of all amounts due from the debtor to the creditor. So, section 171 of Indian Contract Act 1872 confers the right of general lien on the bankers as the bankers may, in the absence of a contract to the contrary, retain as a security for a general balance of account in any goods billed to them. Right? So that was something about the lien. Now let us see some special features of bankers' right of general lien. What are the features of lien? As I have already mentioned, the banker possesses right of general lien. The banker's lien is an amount to an implied pledge. The right of lien is conferred upon the banker by the Indian Contract Act. The right of lien can be exercised on goods or other securities standing in the name of the borrower only and not jointly with others. And lastly, the banker can exercise a right of lien on the security remaining in his possession after the loan. Right? So let us see in detail the features of lien. So first one, the banker possesses the right of general lien. Now on all the goods and securities entrusted to him in his capacity as a banker and in the absence of a contract in consistence with the right of lien. So, he cannot exercise his right of general lien if the goods and securities have been entrusted to the banker as a trustee or an agent of the customer. Also, a contract, express or implied, exists between the customer and the banker which is inconsistent with the banker's right of general lien. So in other words, we can see if the goods or securities are entrusted for some specific purpose, then the banker cannot have a lien over them, right? Now moving on to next feature of lien. Banker's lien is an amount to an implied pledge. What is this? Let us see. As already mentioned, the right of lien does not confer on the creditor the right of sale but only the right to retain the goods till the loan is repaid. In case of pledge, the creditor enjoys the right of sale. Okay, and a banker's right of lien is more than a general lien. Remember, it confers upon him the power to sell the goods and securities in case of default by the customer. Such right of lien resembles a pledge and is usually called an implied pledge. Therefore, the banker enjoys the privileges of a pledgee and can dispose of the securities after giving proper notice to the customer. Clear? Now moving on to next feature. The right of lien is conferred upon the banker by the Indian Contract Act. So no separate agreement or contract is therefore necessary for this purpose. However, to be on the safer side, the banker takes a letter of lien from the customer mentioning that the banker are entrusted to the banker as security for a loan. It may be existing or future, taken from the banker, and the letter can exercise his right of lien over them. The banker is also authorized to sell the goods in case of default on the part of the customer. Therefore, the letter spells out the object of entrusting the goods to the banker so that the same may not be denied by the customer later on. That they have to keep in mind, right? Okay, then the right of lien can be exercised on goods or other securities standing in the name of the borrower only and not jointly with others. Now here we'll take one example. In case the securities are held in the joint names of two or more persons, okay, the banker cannot exercise his right or general lien in respect of a debt due from a single person. Clear? So the banker, next feature, the banker can exercise his right of lien on the securities remaining in his possession after the loan, for which they were lodged as repaid by the customer. Right? The banker is also entitled to exercise the right of general lien in respect of a customer's obligation as a surety and to retain the security offered by him for a loan obtained by him for his personal use and which has been repaid. Okay, that was something about the banker can exercise his right of lien on securities remaining in his possession after the loan, okay, for which they were lodged is repaid by the customer. So features of lien, let us recollect one by one. The banker possesses the right of general lien. The banker's lien is an amount to be implied pledge. The right of lien is conferred upon the banker by the Indian Contract Act. The right of lien can be exercised on goods or other securities standing in the name of the borrower only and not jointly with others. And lastly, the banker can exercise his right of lien on the securities remaining in his possession after the loan. I hope this is clear.